Viagra in ancient Russia. How to increase libido and male attractiveness. Some ways will surprise you for sure. Greetings. Today, we will plunge into the past and learn the secrets of increasing male sexuality. What familiar and available to us product of plant origin in times increased erection? Is it true that the inhabitants of ancient Russia did not squander the testes of livestock and also drank fresh bear's blood? And for what purpose in the olden days caught beavers in addition to the fat and fur of these animals? Be sure to watch the video to the very end. The question of increasing male potency has been given a lot of attention. Perhaps some of you think that Viagra in ancient Russia was not welcomed, or at least there was no Viagra. This is not true at all. Since antiquity, people have paid special attention to increasing male potency. This is quite obvious because on the quality of male health and strength depended on the reproductive component and thus the increase in fertility in Russia. But how to solve this issue if on the territory of the old Russian state was not yet familiar to us pills and other drugs? And everything is very simple. Our ancestors used folk remedies, aphrodisiacs, some of which were borrowed from other countries. Conventionally, such means can be divided into two types: plant and animal origin. Aphrodisiacs of plant origin, nuts. It is important to note that nuts played a huge role in increasing male libido. They were known to be considered the best product for combating infertility. Also, nuts helped to improve the quality of the male reproductive system. Even the ancient and quite famous physician Avicenna repeatedly spoke about the benefits of these products of plant origin. Among the most common types of nuts for increasing potency were considered the following: pine nuts, chilimas, water nuts, wild hazelnuts and hazelnuts, walnuts. Some of them came to ancient Russia from abroad. For example, Byzantium supplied our ancestors with walnuts. To improve the result and effectiveness, ancient Russians prepared mixtures. So, pine nuts were mixed with honey, and sometimes milk was used as a liquid. To everything else could add raisins and apricots. That is why such mixtures did not just improve the sexual system of the male part of the population. They were used as medicines, garlic. As is known, this herbaceous plant was used as a prophylactic and protective against evil means. But few people know that it is garlic that normalizes and disperses blood to the sexual male organs. This was certainly known to the ancient Russian witch doctors. By the way, garlic, along with walnuts, also came to us from Byzantium. This product became the cheapest and most accessible in ancient Russia. Therefore, entire families stocked up on garlic bunches for the winter, but it was used by male representatives at lunch, one head at a time, as an appetizer, as well as in the process of drinking hot drinks. In everyday life, garlic was used for other purposes. Often it was used as a talisman and carried behind the sinus. And also, perennial herbaceous plant served as a decoration for wedding wreaths of old Russian brides and for livestock in the stable. Ginseng. This herbaceous plant was first brought to us from China. After studying the healing properties of ginseng, it began to be considered a universal remedy for all diseases and ailments. But the question of using this herbaceous plant as an aphrodisiac decided witch doctors of ancient Russia. In those days, tincture of ginseng was considered a natural stimulant. For its preparation, it was necessary to have the actual roots of the plant with the addition of other ingredients. The roots of the plant were shaped like human beings. Perhaps this is why the beneficial properties of ginseng were emphasized. The roots were also crushed, then dried and consumed as food. True, ginseng had a major disadvantage: the high cost of creating a tincture. Aphrodisiacs of animal origin, the testes of livestock. It's hard to believe, but cattle in Russia were raised both for meat or hide and for the use of testes. For example, it was believed that bulls had great potency, hence the expression, strong as a bull. The testes of livestock were used to increase male potency. In the process of slaughtering, these body parts were separated and then prepared as a decoction. Finally, such a delicacy was served with garnish and various spices and seasonings, garlic. To cure erectile dysfunction and get a boost of vigor and spirit, the tests of not only bulls were used. Goats, rams and rabbits were also in the center of attention. By the way, hence another well-known expression, as fertile as a rabbit. The main thing is that testes were eaten exclusively by men and in strict proportions. Otherwise, the effect was simply not. Chicken and quail eggs. Here it is, the most real source of useful minerals and natural protein. We are talking about the eggs of chickens and quails. It's no secret that this product of animal origin drank in raw form. In addition to getting all the necessary elements for the growth of muscle mass in men, eggs contributed to mood enhancement. Representatives of the male part of the population, as a rule, consumed 4 pieces per day. And also the groom after the wedding in ancient Russia was recommended to necessarily consume eggs for a whole month. Honey. This product of animal origin served as an ideal means to increase metabolism. As for the use of honey as Viagra, its value is unambiguous. Since metabolic processes function better, the work of the sexual system is stabilized. Also, this remedy served as an alternative to sugar. It was recommended to consume honey based on anthropometric data of a man. 2 grams of a spoonful of honey per 1 kilogram of human weight. As you have probably guessed, honey was often used to prepare all sorts of mixtures, and all because it is both a natural and healing remedy, which undoubtedly is in demand even today. And not only in Russia, but also in other countries of the world, the blood of a bull and a bear. In the olden days, our ancestors believed that the blood of animals has healing properties and increases libido in general. That is why men drank bull and bear blood to solve the issue of potency. It is not for nothing that modern medicine continues to use some preparations based on animal blood. In Siberia, bear blood was especially valued, which was considered a source of many hormones. They drank it warm after killing a bear. But it was not always welcomed to kill such an animal, which was nicknamed the master of the tiger. It was equated with cannibalism. Alas, but human health was more expensive, and therefore our ancestors went to a lot. Also, the blood of the bear was mixed with kvass, or fresh milk. Beaver jet. Another amazing aphrodisiac is beaver jet, or musk. Such a liquid is contained in the paired glands of beavers and is used by animals to mark the territory. To increase the potency of men, just such a jet was used. The musk was basically dried to be ground into powder. After that, it was taken internally, but in small portions. And also, our ancestors prepared a tincture on wine with the use of beaver jet. So, these animals were used not only for fat and fur. Musk was also used by elderly men who sought to preserve libido and health in general. Conclusion. Thus, in ancient Russia, used the usual means to increase male potency and reproductive system. Now, many of them seem very strange. Nevertheless, our ancestors had a very different idea about Viagra.